What's up, guys? It's Corey from Super Comic Guru 9000, and we're gonna do something a little different today. You're probably wondering where the hell I am right now. Well, I'm actually out of town on business. I'm here in my hotel room, and I wanted to go ahead and do some of my manga and anime reviews for you guys today. It's going to be a little different. I'm not as prepared as I usually am. The good thing is, I'm reviewing Bleach right now, and Bleach is really damn simple. But this was also a pretty exciting chapter of Bleach as we finally got to see Ichigo's brand new form in action, which is a perfect combination of his Shinigami, his Hollow, his Quincy powers, all combined into one, and it's really awesome. Basically, it's very similar to the form we saw when he was fighting against Arukiora, and he completely lost control. The difference here is that he does have control over his abilities, and even has a brand new technique which is seen at the very end of this week's chapter. And really, this chapter can be just defined by just a couple of big events. Ichigo is cool at the beginning, he's super calm, he starts to attack the Quincy leader and hits him with this big ass attack at the end. It's as simple as that. But it's that final attack which is definitely going to define this week's chapter. It's really cool looking. I mean, essentially it's like another variation of the Getsuga Tensho, although it's taking a lot of its like cues from the Hollow attacks, in particular the big Sero blasts. And it actually has a really cool design. It kind of looks like a crescent moon with all of these like big bits of energy which are exploding from it. And at the end of the chapter, after being constantly knocked back by the Quincy leader and lots of crazy explosions, he manages to land one big attack on the Quincy King himself, which even shocks him, although this is nowhere near the end of this battle. This is really just beginning right here. Things are going way too good for Ichigo at this point. And that's pretty much this week's chapter of Bleach. So what's the rundown on this week's chapter of Bleach? I will say that I do like Ichigo's new form. It took a while for it to grow on me because it's just so damn similar to the ones that we've seen in a lot of the other previous chapters, but the fact that he now has control of it and that he's only got like one horn and he just looks like regular Ichigo, it just makes this so different when compared to the previous form. And this is really great news for Inoue too, because she's basically just been sort of pissing and shitting her pants in the background watching Ichigo go through this transformation, afraid that he's basically gonna go full Hollow and just destroy everything in his wake. Luckily, she's able to help out in the battle, and Ichigo is able to go all berserker against the Quincy King. And it looked really cool in this week's chapter. Of course, this was another big action-packed one with lots of big panel spreads, Ichigo getting ready to activate big attacks. That's what the series is definitely known for. Again, it makes me pine for the anime version of Bleach, only to see it animated and in action. Still, this was an exciting read and a great introduction to Ichigo's brand new form and power. I can't wait to see what other tricks he's going to have up his sleeve. Maybe some more variations of Hollow-styled attacks, maybe more Sero blasts. I'd like him to get a little bit more, like, sword choreography in the battle, though. Like, I want to see more traditional fighting. As cool as, like, the big explosive techniques are, I just want to see a really cool sword fight here. And maybe even Ichigo using his hands a little bit, you know. Now that he does have full control over all of these abilities, he might be able to utilize that more primal side of his Hollow form, but actually have control of it at this point, which I think would be really great. I'm also interested to know if this form is having any sort of strain on his body whatsoever. We've seen that with some of his previous forms, not to the degree to like something you would see in like Dragon Ball or Naruto, but I imagine it is going to have a massive strain on him. But aside from the new attack and his brand new form, I think my favorite thing about this chapter is actually how he made this form possible. He actually used the power of the Quincy King. He actually forced him to use his Reiatsu so that he could absorb it and take control of this brand new form, which I think is great because the Quincy leader, very much like Aizen, is a manipulator. He always knows exactly what's going to happen, everything's going according to plan, and for something to finally go wrong for him and be really beneficial to Ichigo is really great. It's a super heroic moment for the character, and that made this week's chapter of Bleach super exciting with a lot of great kick-ass artwork. So, I really liked this week's chapter of Bleach. It was really simple. You could read it in about 2 seconds, but it was a pretty kick-ass 2 seconds. So I'm going to give this week's chapter right here a 5 out of 5. Yes, I know, a 5 out of 5. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, but I've read it a couple of times, and I really like this one. I cannot wait to see where the battle is going, and because I'm liking the battle, that means in the next chapter they're probably going to go to something else. You guys know how Bleach works. So there it is, that's my thoughts on this week's chapter of Bleach. I know this review is super haphazard and all over the place, but give a brother a shot. I'm in the fucking Hampton Inn right now. But you guys heard my thoughts about this week's chapter of Bleach. I want to hear from you guys. Maybe you could tell me what you thought about this week's chapter in the comment section below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Tell me why or why not. Did you have a favorite scene? What did you think of Ichigo's brand new technique at the end of the chapter, channeling the power of the Hollows? And what other cool new techniques do you want to see in his final battle with the Quincy King? And what do you want to see from the rest of the Bleach manga series? Please tell me in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. I really appreciate it. If you would like to help support Super Kami Guru 9000, you can do that in a number of cool ways. You could subscribe to the channel. You could smash that like button right now. Share this video with a friend, and please leave me your comments. And make sure to check out our weekly podcast show, The Powerful Nerdcast. It's pretty damn life-changing and awesome. You can find links for all that stuff in the description box below. So thank you guys again for watching. From the Hampton Inn, stay dandy, baby.